Hi, welcome to SportsBanter. I'm Calvin, and I'm here with Luca and Bryce. And today we're going to talk about football.
Yeah. Um, so, so let's start off with our list of most exciting free agents. This is, of course, going into the 2021-2022 season. For me, I have a long list, but I don't really have to say that much about any of them. I put Dax Prescott. I put Levante David.
Dax
I put
Prescott.
what, dude? It's interesting to see where he goes or if he
You
stays or
you
something.
pronounced it Dax Prescott. Like
How do you
He's
how do
out.
you
He's,
pronounce
he's out
it?
here thinking of
it's
Dax
Dak
McCarty.
Prescott. There's no S in
Dak.
Dak.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't listen. I don't watch games with commentators on. Sorry.
Bro, but it's spelled right
Anyways,
there.
dude, I'm thinking of Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. My fault.
Gotcha.
Um. Anyways, then we got Chris Godwin, Gronk, J.J. Watt, Cam Newton, and Juju Smith-Schuster. Okay, quick things I want to say. I think Gronk's gonna resign at the Buccaneers for a year. I think J.J. Watt. I actually have no idea what he's gonna do. Would love to see him at the Browns. Cam Newton. I really hope he stays at the Patriots for another year, but I don't know what'll happen. They voice ran out right there. And finally, this could happen. I doubt it. Juju goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chris Godwin goes to the Steelers. Not necessarily a trade, but both players just swap teams. That would be interesting. I doubt it, but that would be interesting. So yeah.
Okay.
Bryce, what do you have to say about
Jeez, those
free
were
agents?
those were just a bunch of hot takes. My head couldn't deal with that.
Dude, I couldn't even pronounce one of the players' names right. So
I know,
I
but
don't know what
Chris
you want me
Godwin to the
say.
Steelers, bro, they don't have money for that.
I think they could do it.
Bro, they're paying Big Ben $40 million. I don't think they have the money
Well,
to go pay Chris
apparently they're
Godwin.
restructuring Big Ben's contract so that he can play in another season.
Yeah, but are we really gonna go? Are we going out of our way to get Chris Godwin?
I don't know. Maybe
He won a
Their-
Super Bowl.
Their offense.
He won a Super Bowl.
obviously
What
needs
was
some
it
work.
because of him or was it because of Gronk?
All right, Bryce. Who are your free agents?
All right, I'll start. First one, Kenny Galladay. Wide receiver from the Detroit Lions. He was hurt last year, but before then he had two 1,000-yard seasons, and the Lions really depended on him. When Galladay was not on the field, the Lions' offense was just abysmal. And this year he had his highest catch percentage at 62.5%. That's higher than his previous, which was 58.8%. The next guy is Marcus Williams from the Saints, free safety. He's not actually bad. People think he's bad because he missed the tackle against Stephon Diggs in the Minneapolis Miracle. But despite what everyone thinks about that, he's a very solid safety. But the Saints have no money to sign him, so we're going to let him go. But according to the advanced defense and fumbles category in the stats, the quarterback rating against him is 92.8, which is the best in his career. He also had 7 pass deflections and 3 interceptions this past season. So, if you have money for him, you should probably sign him. He's also only 24, so he's really young. Third guy, Shaquille Barrett, edge rusher for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean,
I thought you were about to say Shaquille O'Neal for some reason.
hell no. So Shaq Barrett last season had 8 sacks, which isn't that impressive because
Yeah.
2 seasons ago he had 19 and a half. But, I mean,
That's real good.
you got to think about it. This year, Shaq Barrett probably got a lot of double teams because of his 19 and a half sacks last year and his 6 forced fumbles. Obviously, they had to consider him in the defensive game plan because he played so well. And he still managed to get 8 sacks and 2 forced fumbles, 11 tackles for loss. So, I mean, the dude's really explosive. You could watch him play, and he's just so damn fast that it's hard to really cover him. He had 4 sacks and 4 tackles for loss in this past playoffs where they won the Super Bowl. So again, it's intriguing to me. If you have the money, I would definitely throw some money at Shaq Barrett.
Yeah.
So Calvin, what do you got?
Okay. Well, I'm sticking mostly to the quarterbacks for this one. I have another player that just I think might be a little interesting, but like Luke already said, Dak Prescott. He's a very interesting player coming into this offseason because he is poised to be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. But after coming off a huge injury and the Cowboys being the Cowboys and how they
The
finished the
best
season,
American team of all time in any sport.
definitely.
How about them Cowboys?
It'll be interesting to see what he decides and where he goes. I'm not sure if the Cowboys are willing to pay him, and make him one of the quarterbacks in the upper echelon as far as payment goes. But I also, where else is going to take him? I'm sure that there's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks right now, but how many are going to look for a Dak Prescott, and how much are willing to pay him those big bucks for the job? My second, unless one of you wants to say something.
Okay.
Calvin, I got a
I was
question
going
for
to say
you.
the Bears, question mark?
I mean, where do you think Dak Prescott's going?
I think
Yeah, the Bears.
I think the most I think the easiest answer is the Cowboys. That's probably the most likely.
Yeah.
But other teams, I mean, I'm sure that about half the teams in the league would love to get him, but realistic places he could land, the Bears, that seems like a decent option. There's not many other ones coming to mind right now. I know the Patriots need a quarterback, but I don't think they can afford to dish out that kind of cash. The Steelers could look for it in a few years, but they definitely can't do it right now.
Do the Colts have money?
Colts? Oh boy, let me look real quick.
All they need is a
I-
quarterback.
They
They
do,
really-
but
They have a set
do
team.
you think they'd really go for Oh yeah, no, the Colts definitely have a lot of cap space, so yeah, they could do that.
Shoot, that could be a good thing. If the
I-
Cowboys, if he doesn't resign
I'll-
with the Cowboys, I think he could go there.
I think he can not necessarily, thrive 100% there, but I think he can do better than he's doing at the Cowboys if he goes to the Colts.
I think he'd thrive. I mean, he has a lot of
Yeah.
weapons if he goes to the Colts, in my opinion. But that's not really a discussion to be had. It's just
Well, it could be.
I think he's going to be back with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think that too. But I think also thinking about it now, the Colts could be an intriguing destination for Dak Prescott.
Wherever he lands, it'll be a very fun conversation to have about what happens, even if he ends up back with the Cowboys. My second quarterback isn't one that's as impactful towards where he goes is going to change the league a lot. It's just kind of personal curiosity. Ryan Fitzpatrick. He is a free agent at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And as a journeyman, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't imagine he's going to be, the franchise guy at any team, but he's definitely not going to retire. So is there any team out there that wants to pick him up right now that just needs a filler quarterback for a bit? Maybe a team that's also mentoring another young guy like the Dolphins were with Tua, or maybe the Dolphins pick him up again, just as another year to mentor Tua.
Please, Bengals, please.
Oh,
Oh God, no.
Yeah, they need him.
that
They
is not
really
a bad
need him.
shout. I was low key thinking, and this might be really stupid, the 49ers.
I mean, that could be a destination, but I think the Bengals is on. It's a good thing because we don't. Joe Burrow wants to get back for Week 1, but we have no clue if he really is. And also Fitzpatrick can mentor Burrow, so in my mind, I think that's a win for Fitzpatrick and for the Bengals.
Well,
Yeah, no,
I don't
it
think that the
definitely makes
Bengals-
sense. I don't. What?
sorry, you go ahead, Luca.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, because Calvin already knows. I'm gonna say something for like 1 second, then Calvin's like, "I got this essay to speak." Basically, I think it makes sense, perfect sense for him to go to the Bengals and sort of like mentor Burrow a little bit, and if Burrow gets injured again, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it 100% makes sense. But my bias in the way, I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, my
But-
bias is here wanting it to
but it ma-
happen, but it makes sense.
But it makes sense. Yeah. All right, Calvin.
Yeah, as a person who has a Fitzpatrick jersey and is a very big fan of him, I hope he doesn't go to the Bengals. But also, it doesn't seem like that would make sense to me because of all the games that the Bengals had with Joe Burrow last season, he was not the reason they lost any of them.
That's true.
He was the bright spot on that team. So I do not see why they would need a Ryan Fitzpatrick when they have a young stud who genuine stud coming up. Like for Tua, there were a lot of doubts on whether he'd be able to come back from his hip injury, whether he'd need to be slowed into the role. Burrow, he's already taken on the full load. The only reason you would need a Ryan Fitzpatrick is as a backup, and I think that they would be a lot better off putting their assets into an offensive line and protecting their star quarterback instead of getting him a backup in case he goes out again.
True.
Fitzpatrick's not going to cost a lot
very
of money. Number one, Fitzpatrick's not going to command so much money. Number two, Burrow's coming back from an ACL injury. He's not guaranteed to be a star when he gets back. And also, he's not guaranteed to be there week 1. So you need a quarterback in case Burrow's not playing.
Well, do you want to pay $8 million for a backup?
Hang on.
He's not going to command that much money. Okay,
He did with the
if
Dolphins?
somebody's gonna pay him that much money, then yeah, then I don't think that the Bengals should get him, because that's way too much.
When
After
did he
the
get
season that
injured?
I think after the season that he had, he could definitely command that much money. So I don't think that the Bengals are a very realistic option.
Okay, so
But who-
Burrow got injured week 11. Hang on, I'm doing math here. So when's week 11? Is that like in December? No, November.
It's pretty late into the season, yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, he won't be back for the first game.
So are the Dolphins going to be
Probably not.
paying $15 million for a backup quarterback?
15? I said 8 million.
Okay,
15,
well,
15 for what?
sorry, I didn't hear $8 million, but the Bengals can spend $8 million on a backup. I don't understand.
Not many teams spend that much on a backup. But
They could,
I
but
just-
I think what Calvin's trying to say is that they should spend that money in weaker areas of their team, given that Burrow is a stud. Now, the thing with Burrow is that,
It's
yes, we don't
only
know how he's
$8
going to look
million.
after injury.
Y'all are acting like
Bro,
$8 million is $100 million.
I know we're talking about this. I know we're talking about the sports world, but man, I would take $8 million. Just saying.
I know, but $8 million to these teams is like nothing. The Bengals
All right,
have the
let me-
fifth
Which is
highest
crazy.
cap
That's-
space in the league. They can spend $8 million on a guy while also fixing the offensive line.
How about this? This is because I'm interested in the Fitzpatrick talk. How long do you sign him for?
1 year.
I mean, the same thing as most of his other deals, 1 or 2 years, yeah.
I'd do 2 years. Yep.
I know his
I mean,
past
unless
contract.
he's really looking to settle down, this would be a conversation they'd have to have with him. So we won't know until he gets another contract. But unless he's really looking to actually settle down with the team, he's only going to get 1 or 2 years.
Yeah,
He'll probably be a fill-in like he has been.
his past contract was 2 years for $11 million.
Interesting career.
So, yeah, I mean, if he were to retire,
Nice.
I think he had a hell of a career because he's been almost everywhere.
Yeah, but the thing that sucks with him is he's never really won anything.
That's true.
All right, another interesting quarterback. I'm not going to spend much longer on this guy because I don't care too much about him. I think it'd be interesting to see where he's going to go. Tyrod Taylor. He is at a weird
Tyrod Taylor,
overtaken.
bro. I am not talking about
Tyrod
him.
Taylor. Oh my god.
He can retire.
Okay.
Do you guys
What?
Think
He's
do you guys
like
think he lands
30.
on a team anytime?
I would sign Cam
Any
Newton
time.
before I'd
Yeah,
sign
no,
Tyrod
definitely.
Taylor.
No, I think anybody would.
Well, yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, but no, Tyrod's not completely washed. I mean, I think he's still got a couple years left in him for sure.
Yeah, but I'd sign a lot of quarterbacks before Tyrod Taylor.
I agree, but I'm just saying. Hey, look, we're talking about a Super Bowl winner, so
In
Super Bowl
Tyrod
winner.
Taylor,
yeah,
who did he win a Super Bowl with?
he's won the Super Bowl. The Ravens.
He was on that team.
That was like his first year in the NFL. Maybe it was his second year.
Really? All right, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
In 2012.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to look that up. I didn't.
Yeah,
believe
I
it.
didn't know that
You're
either.
right.
Color me surprised.
Hey, what can I say?
I did not know that. You're right.
Yeah, no, I think he still has a career left in him, but I mean, I won't be shocked if he goes to like a backup for like the Eagles or something.
Yeah, I don't see
And
him.
the last quarterback I'll talk about, you already mentioned him, Cam Newton. He played with the Patriots this season, but do you think he makes it back? Because he did not look good for major parts of the season. That could also be attributed to the fact that he had almost no weapons.
No
Yeah.
weapons and no practice because of Corona.
Yeah.
So
I
That
think the
as well.
practice really killed him.
obviously it's Cam Newton and how he is right now. How he is, not his surroundings. He's not at his best. He's not his greatest. But I think he can really work at the Patriots under Belichick. If I'm the Patriots and if Belichick really believes in him, I'd at least sign him one more year.
Yeah.
That's
When
what
I
I
when
do.
I watched Cam Newton last season, the thing that really stood out to me was that his accuracy was just awful. And in my
Yeah, his
opinion,
arm's terrible,
practice
yeah.
practice can't fix that. I mean, like team practice can't fix the fact that some of his throws were completely awful and just weren't even to his receivers.
True.
But at the same time, there's a reason why Cam Newton wasn't signed until like week 3. Like he got signed in the middle of the season, I think, or it took him a long time for him to get signed.
No, he was signed before the season. It just took forever for
Oh,
him
you're right.
to say that he was the starter.
No, but it also took him long to sign. Like, because everyone thought
Yeah.
he'd be signed immediately, and it took him a while to get a minimum deal with the Patriots. So, to me, it's a toss-up. I mean, would it be in the Patriots' best interests? Maybe. But at the same time, I think the Patriots need to really have a plan at quarterback, because Cam's obviously not
Yeah.
going to work forever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Did any of us ever, just out of curiosity, did any of us ever mention a running back?
No, but do we want to talk about Aaron Jones?
No.
I mean, he's the only
Is he
notable
a
one.
fr-
Really, looking at the list of free agent running backs, there's not many ones that you really want to talk about.
Wait, I didn't even know
That's
Aaron
what I
Jones
thought.
was on
Yeah,
free agency.
Aaron Jones is he's on free agency. He's about the most. He is definitely the most interesting one on there. I think that he could really. Any team would be lucky to have him. I think that he is going to be a high ticket item.
gosh.
But outside of him, there's really running back is such a that group in particular, that position is very volatile nowadays. It's pretty
Yeah.
easy to find a player with good production from what
Hey,
you've seen around
hey.
the league.
How about this one? Aaron Jones to the Dolphins.
I think it would be a good signing, but
I think it's possible.
I personally don't
With
think
how the Dolphins play,
yeah,
I think it's possible.
you don't.
Yeah, they could use a high impact running back.
I know that whoever pays him's going to be sorry in the end because he's going to be overpaid.
Probably.
Yeah, no, he's gonna want a lot of money, but I could see him at the Dolphins. The crap show that the Jets is right now, they would probably kill for him. I don't know
Are
if
they going to
could
do it again? Dude, they remember they spent a lot of money on Le'Veon Bell, and see how that worked out.
Le'Veon Bell, yeah.
Speaking of Bell, he's also on free
Sure.
agency now.
Gosh.
But
You think he stays
mean-
at Kansas City?
Probably not. I don't know.
Think
Oh,
he's
can they
lucky.
afford to sign him?
He'd be lucky to get a job.
That's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at this list. There's Kenyon Drake. He's an interesting one, but Chris Carson,
Mm-hmm.
Leonard Fournette. You could talk about him, but
Wait, Fournette's a free agent? I didn't even know. Bro, everyone's a free agent right now. Jeez.
Yeah.
there's also Todd Gurley. He's his contract with Atlanta's up.
He's there.
No.
Yeah, I don't really want to spend too much time with the running backs. It's not worth it.
No.
The one other person that I had on my list was Juju Smith-Schuster.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I hope he just goes away. No,
Do
no
you
team.
think he's going to
But
resign with the Steelers?
I don't
No.
think he'll resign. I don't think he'll resign.
Me neither.
after all the junk that went down with the Steelers this year and all the people talking about his attitude and his problems with his personality, I think that he's going to be looking to get a fresh start somewhere else and go to a real contender, especially with the fact, I mean, not to disrespect the Steelers in any way, but they seem to be on the downward trend, and it would not be surprising to see them drop below 8 wins next season. And with their
Yeah.
two competitors in their division that seem to be very close to Super Bowl bound,
And the
It's-
Bengals.
and the Bengals, it seems like they are definitely.
I was thinking the
on the
Bengals first. I was like, wait, no, he's talking about the Ravens.
I
I was
know.
like, Bengals? Why are they Super Bowl
I
bound?
wish he was talking
Look,
about the Bengals.
with Juju, I don't think he resigns. I think he goes somewhere else. He's still young. I think his attitude will change. I'm not sure if that will come with whoever he signs with, but he's still got a bright future ahead of him, all that kind of stuff. So I don't even know where he'll go though.
I'm really interested to see where he would go. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Because obviously, okay, the Jets, always a possibility.
Well, hang on. Didn't he do that thing with J.J. Watt though? He told J.J. Watt to come. What was the thing he said? He wanted him to come play for the Steelers. Why would he be doing that kind of recruiting
No,
if he's not going to be at the Steelers?
I thought that was T.J. Watt. I'm pretty sure T.J. Watt tried to recruit J.J. Watt to the Steelers.
I don't remember seeing anything from Juju.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing
think-
anything from Juju.
The only things I've
Hang
seen
on,
from
hang on.
Juju are
I'm
pictures of
looking it
him
up.
at the pool.
I know what picture you're talking about.
No, DeAndre Hopkins posted on Instagram. Let's finish what we started. Picture of him and J.J. Watt, the Cardinals.
Okay.
And then Juju
well, that's not Juju.
had underneath that, come play with your brothers, lol.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense.
So why would he be recruiting for a team he wouldn't even be there for?
I don't know. He's probably
He's
under the assumption
asking.
that he'll be there next year.
You're reading too much into this, dude. He's asking him to play on the Steelers because T.J. Watt is there.
But he said brothers, not brother.
Because Derek Watt's on the Steelers too, I believe.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
All right, moving on. I have, I think, one or two more players to talk about.
Okay.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Highlighting the defensive
Derek
players
Watt's
currently.
face.
Von Miller.
Oh, Von Miller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He is currently a free agent, and we didn't see anything from him this season. He freak injury before he could even get on the field. It's a shame. But he was a monster when he was on the field, so it would be very interesting to see where he's going, or if he's staying with the Broncos.
Oh, do you really think he stays at the Broncos?
Hold on. I think he has a.
It's a possibility. The Broncos definitely have the cap space, but it's a question of whether
Yeah.
he wants to stay there.
He has a team option for this year.
In my opinion, he can do whatever he wants to. I think he can fit into a lot of teams.
Yeah,
so.
he has a team option, so it's not his choice.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
He has a team option for 2021 that's $17.5 million. So if I was
As
the
of right
Broncos,
now, they haven't taken it.
I'll
but-
take it. If I'm the Broncos, I'll take that option and then try and trade him. That'll probably
All right,
not
one
work.
more. I have two more.
Okay.
So, also with the Broncos, Justin Simmons.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you talked about
Now
him.
this one I'm very curious about because a lot of people are talking about how he would be a great fit with the Browns. Personally, I think that he's going to re-sign with the Broncos because they should not let that talent go away. He is a very good player for his position, and I mean I think they struck getting him. But if they don't, he is going to be a good piece wherever he goes. I like I said, I love the idea of him going to the Browns. But that's my personal bias.
Y'all need safety help?
We need help everywhere on the secondary.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. I can't
Yeah.
stress that enough. Yes.
The reason I didn't say Marcus Williams was the top safety because I know that Justin Simmons was definitely like the number one safety in this free agency class. So I'm glad you talked about him. But yeah, I don't know who actually needs safety help.
I think
Alright,
Marcus Williams too.
All right, my last guy, Bud Dupree, another Steeler.
Ooh, Bud Dupree.
He is currently up for free agency, it looks like.
But
Now, I
Mhm.
personally, I'm not too high on the Bud Dupree train, but I know a lot of people seem to like him a lot. He commands a pretty high salary, so whoever he goes to
Yeah.
is going to have a little bit of room. But what do you guys think about him? Think he's going anywhere?
Sounds like a prime Falcons signing. I heard the Falcons like to pay a lot of money for those pass rushers. Bud Dupree.
Isn't he from Georgia too?
Oh my
You're really
gosh.
feeding into this.
Yeah.
Is he from Georgia?
If he is, then that's
He played for Kentucky, but yeah, I think he is from Georgia, like born there. Yeah.
That's crazy.
look where he's
Um,
going. I'm playing around.
Nah. I can sort of see him staying.
It depends on the money. If he's asking for a lot of money, then I don't think he's staying.
Yeah. You're right.
But yeah, that's the end of my list.
All right. Well, is that
Nice.
it? Is that all we have?
Yeah, I think that's all we got.
Also, by the way, Pete Carroll, if there's any questions, Pete Carroll should stay on the Seahawks.
No,
Yes,
he
sir.
shouldn't. You want to know why?
Why?
Okay, let's just have this convo now.
Let's do it.
No, I won't. Russell Wilson. He doesn't want him there.
You're
you-
saying
Russell Wilson
or
for,
Russell
like,
Wilson
what?
doesn't
The
want him
whole-
there.
I don't think so. Think about like Wilson, like the whole past years, he's been so nice to like everyone on the field, media, everything like that, and now he sort of looks like he's done. He's pissed at his offensive line. I think he wants what's the word? He wants more to do with like signings and stuff like that.
Where have you heard
He
this
wants
from?
more like this. Hang on, let me look it up.
Okay, because like
Well, I know-
I've
Personnel
know,
decisions.
never heard of that.
There you go.
Wilson did say something to the media about how he was wanting his line to step up so he didn't have to take as many hits.
Well, yeah, that's a standard thing to say. I think Joe Burrow would say that too, but nobody's throwing a fit about Joe Burrow getting traded from the Bengals.
Look, I'm just saying the Seahawks should have. Hang on. Before I say something stupid,
All right.
they should have won more. They should have won more than what they've actually won underneath the kind of talent they have and the coach they have.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I don't think it's an offensive problem. I think it's a defensive problem. Their past defense was bottom 3.
Yeah, their defense was horrible the past year.
You really need I think you need defensive coaching changes, if anything. But I do agree. I think Pete Carroll is kind of on the hot seat now because he's been in Seattle for how long now? And they
A long time.
have they won a Super Bowl?
They did in like 2014.
They did. They beat the Broncos the year where
2013.
Peyton Manning had the historical season.
Yeah, Peyton Manning. No, I'm kidding. Well, if you want to talk about the defense, what was Pete Carroll before he was a coach? Defensive coordinator.
Yeah. Well,
He should be helping there.
he should be helping there.
Look, I'm just saying. Then again, to be fair, Pete Carroll's a cheater, right? So, can't do too much.
Calvin, did you have anything to say on Pete Carroll?
No comment.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have for today.
All right, thank you for tuning in to Sports Banter. Have a nice day, everyone. See you next week.